Hello all, this is Emmerich from the MDF and we're back out with the Makro Racer, that new machine that's just been produced by makrodetector.com. We've done a few tests on this machine recently, done a test at the beach, performed well, done some in-ground depth tests, performed excellent. Today, but more specifically, we're here to check out how this beast of a optional coil you can purchase, which is known as the RC40. It's actually, the size is 15.5 inches by 13 inches and it is actually reasonably light. I was expecting it to be a lot heavier. Obviously when you're using a coil like this, the downside is it's going to unbalance the machine, so you're going to have to wear something like a harness, which will make it a lot more comfortable to use, especially if you're swinging this for a couple of hours at a time, etc. or more. Anyway, what we're going to be doing is just digging a succession of 6 holes. We're going to be placing the same targets, which will be like 1920s, 1930s sort of copper pennies in each, but they're going to actually get deeper. We're going to start off with a 10-inch hole, obviously 12, 14, 16, and at the end we're going to have a whopping hole that's going to be at 2 feet deep, and we're going to put like a little small mock-up hole that we've made just to sort of mimic, see how well this coil can perform. But first what we're going to do is dig those holes, place those targets, scan the area. We're going to go over it with the standard coil and see how that can cope and see how far it can go down through the test bed before it gives up, and then we're going to change and we can see clearly the benefits, possible benefits of having this larger optional coil. Anyway, let's just see how we can get on. Right, we've dug the 6 holes and me and the cameraman Rich were both exhausted, to be honest. 6 holes at really quite deep depths. What we're going to do now is just take a look at the targets we're going to be burying in the first 5 holes, which is just going to be basically pennies. Here we go. The pennies are here. They're like 1920s to 1940s pennies. They're going to be in the first 5 holes as mentioned. We're going to have a look at the hose in a moment just to show you those depths, because they're going to be incrementing from like 8 inches all the way through to 18 inches. What we've got here is this little pot here that we're going to use to fill all these. Look, we've got little threepenny bits there, 3p pieces, and lots of various old pennies, and we're just going to fill it with that, put that on the top, stop the dirt getting in, and that's going to be like our little mimic of a hoard. Mock hoard, etc. And now let's just take a little look at the first holes we've got, just to give you an idea of the depths. It's quite surprising. I don't think many people realise when they sort of a lot of the time they don't realise that you know, holes are a lot deeper, like these holes, like, you know, this is only not pretty much, well, it was meant to be dug at 8 inches, it's actually 9 inches, but you can see the depth of a hole just at this depth it is very, very deep. Now if we go on, just have a quick look, and there you see a hole at 10 inches, you know, that's a deep target in its own right. So any target brought up at that depth is very respectable. Carry on. And we're going down to a foot. A lot of people say they find their targets, you know, with their machines at a foot. That's a heck of a depth, a foot. There you go, 12 inches. Further on we've got, you know, the 14-inch hole. Look at that, how deep that hole is. Now on to 16. We're just going to have the large penny in that 16-inch hole. I'm not sure if we're going to really be able to get the target that depth with just the coin on its own, but it's there as a test. And finally, this huge 20-inch deep hole. You can see, you know, at the bottom of the hole there, it's all gravelly, it's gone compact, it's almost turned to like cement. We couldn't dig it anymore, so we've given up on that, and we've actually gone to approximately about 21 inches to compensate for the pot when we put it in. You know, so the coins are going to be a little bit higher up, so we're going to be should be hitting those at 18 to 19 inches, and that's all the holes. Now basically what we're going to do now is just have a 5-minute break, because we're both exhausted, and we're going to start in a moment, and we're going to like I say, start with the standard coil, see how far we can go down, keep the video running, see where the standard coil gives up and we can't no longer pick up any more targets, and then we're going to change to the large coil, keeping the video going, and then rescan and see what the difference is. Let's see how we get on. Right, we've had our break, and now it's time to start placing these targets, but just beforehand we're just going to scan the hose, and the clod just shows nothing there. But first what we're going to do is just switch on the Racer, put the volume up. We're just going to leave it on everything default. You know, the gain's going to be on 70, it's going to stay in 2-tone, and it's just ready to go basically. But first we've got a ground balance, so it's pushing that ground balance button forward while pumping. There you go, I'll try it again. A few times. There you go, so we're balanced, so it's all ready to go. Go over the clod. There you go. Oh, it's getting cold now. I might have to put my coat on in a moment. You can see these holes and clods and the soil are getting a lot bigger. There you go. So big, these. Right, right, that's all scanned. So, right, back up to the start. What I'm going to do now is put the Makro Racer down over here. And we're going to start placing these targets. I have no idea how this is going to pan out because I've never done a test like this before on holes this big, because they take too long to dig. But there you go. There's the first coin down. On to the next hole. My cameraman, if he wants to come with me, he seems to be stuck with that first hole. There you go. It's a 10-inch hole. There's a 12-inch. Oh god, I almost fell down the hole. 12-inch. Right. 14-inch hole now. Right. And 16-inch. Now we're going to go over to our little mock hoard over here. And we're going to have to fill this little pot. You can see there's nothing actually in the pot at all. It's only, like I say, a little small hoard. Hopefully hoards that you'll get will be a lot bigger and of higher density, so you could obviously get a lot deeper depths. But like I say, I have no idea if we're going to be even pick this one up. It might be a little bit too deep, but we'll see. But there you go, you can see it's like pretty much half full in this little pot. We put that in to stop the soil going in. Over to the last hole, which is the 21-inch hole. We're all the way down here. Look at this. There you go. And now all we've got to do is come back to the first hole. Is my camera all right there? Yeah, he's
just
okay.
Just about,
yeah. And it's just a matter of filling these holes in. Now, it's going to take some time, so it might be wise if you're watching this video at this point just to forward it, unless you want to carry on listening to me drone on. But hey ho, if you do, fair enough. Thank you very much. All right, let's have a look. Right, there you go. All right, let's make sure that's compacted down. Some of the larger holes are going to take some compacting with all that amount of soil out of them, but we'll give it a go. But that one's okay. That's the 8-inch hole. And over here we've got a few twigs just to show us where those holes are, because we lost the holes last time. Right, we've got a twig there.
Do you want to put them over the hole or on top of the hole, so you know where
yeah, we could put them over the hole. There you go, so we know exactly where the target is. Okay, right, this is the 10-inch hole. Right. Let's make sure we get every little bit in here. Try and compact it down so we can get that clod to fit nicely. Right. Right, let's have a go. Right. Right, that's a 10-inch hole.
marker?
Marker, forgot about the marker, yeah. There we go, there's the marker. Okay. 12-inch hole. Sure, get everything in. I don't mind doing this now actually, because it's quite freezing cold out there. I've only got my t-shirt on at the moment, and it's actually warming me up, so I'm quite pleased I'm doing this part of it and not the camera person. Right, that's pretty much all of that in. Let's make sure that's right. Oh, and you can see the top of the clods are still pretty much intact, which helps for a more genuine test. Oh god, it's taking some. Right, that's pretty level. That's pretty very good. So we've got 12. I don't know what we've got. We've got 10, 8, 10, 12. Here's the 14th. Right, that's the target over there. So we've got the 14th Right, that's the 14, 10, 12, 14. Now this is the 16. No, it's not. Let's get this right. So we've got the 8, 10, 12, this is the 14 hole. This is the 14, right, 14 inches. Right, make sure we get all of that in. Right, let's put that back in. Oh, let's just make sure it's... That's we're not going to be able to get the top clod in. This is not a test I would like to repeat again, to be honest. Oh, right. Let's hopefully that fits. Oh, made to measure. Look at that. Perfect. Right, that's 14. Target of 14 inches. There's our little marker. Right. Now the bigger one, 16. Woo! I think I'm going to have to compact it down, to be honest. Start with a little, and then do it in increments. Else we're never going to get that clod in. Right. Oh, I've got enough battery life in me camera. Enough film. There we go. Right. Right, that's pretty much what I can get in. Let's compact that down. There's 16, like I say, this clod's about 6 inches in depth on its own. Woo! Oh, look at that. Perfect. Get a little marker for the 16-inch hole. And finally, this real biggie, you can see from the spoil, there's loads of gravel in this one. This really took some digging down. And this is at 21 inches, the hole. But obviously the target's going to be a little bit higher up, probably about the 19-inch mark. Well, here we go. Let's fill this one in. And the annoying thing about this is, my friend Richard is going to want his targets back. So we've got to dig all these holes up again after the test.
No, I was thinking you've got to dig all these
I've got to dig
again.
these holes.
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay. Not happy about that. I'm sure we're going to share them.
Yeah.
It's not that horrid.
No.
Right. Oh. Right. Woo! It's taking some filling in, this one. Right, but come on. Let's put, a little bit more. I think it's going to be one of my longest videos. Right. Oh. Right, this clod's going to take some getting in. Oh. Woo. Oh. Oh God. Oh. Oh, they said I do an Emmerich shuffle. I'm sure I'm going to get a different name for this. Emmerich's hop, maybe. Woo.
Right.
And there you have it. Let's put our little last marker on. Actually, I'll put 2 on that one just so we know it's the deepest one. Oh, it's all falling apart. Right, so now we've done it. That's slightly offset number. Right, we've got all the targets buried and I'm absolutely exhausted. The first thing to do now is literally go down over those targets, seeing if we can actually pick up the targets with our standard coil. Right, here we go. I've still got it left on from before, I didn't switch it off. It's still on 2-tone. If we go down, hold on, gain's still on 70, nothing's changed, there you go. Right, we've already ground balanced, but let's see how we get on. Here we go. Oh, I've got to get my breath back. Right, so now this first target was, well, it was meant to be an 8 inches, but it was actually about 9. Just dug it a little bit over. And there you go. A nice tone. from the standard coil at 9 inches. Now, is it going to be able to pick up that penny at 10 inches? Let's have a look. We've actually got the penny at 10 inches. Very pleased with that. That's very nice. Solid tone. 10 inches, and we're going up to 12 inches now on the next target here with the stick here. You can see I'm going to have to, I've got it's not as strong, but we're definitely getting the tone. Obviously we've got the stick there, but if I went a bit closer, as you can hear, we're getting that solid tone if I'm closer to the ground. So at 12 inches we're still picking up the penny, which is exceptionally good on the Racer. If you just come around here a little bit, Rich, to the speaker, just because it's blowing a bit, just so they can hear the... There you go. Right, we're going to move on. I doubt if it's going to pick up at 14 inches on the penny, but we'll give it a go. Probably have to move the target stick away. Yeah, we're getting a signal, but it's turning into a signal that is not. It's going to be debatable if we're going to dig it at this stage. But we got a signal, and obviously if you go on to this, the 16 inch, the next one's 16 inch, isn't it, Rich? Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, put the stick back on that one. We're not going to obviously get that. No. No, we're not going to get it on that. We might do an all metal mode, but this one we're doing a test on two-tone. So we've not been able to get to the hoard, but it's actually give up at pretty much 14 inches, I think. There you go. Yeah, 14 was where that standard coil give up on. Right. We go back here. What do I do with the stick? Oh, let's put that stick over here. That was the 12. Let's not get these holes right. Now, what we're going to do now is something. This is something you might have to fast forward. I don't know. But what we're going to have to do, I'm going to switch the machine off now because I'm going to have to change coils. Right. And my hands are cold. Oh, can hardly unscrew the... There you go. So I'm going to have to unwind it and just swap coils. So please bear with me because I'd like to keep the video as live as we possibly can. Right. Oh, this can be quite hard to get out at times. Let's pull that out. There you go. Let's swap that coil around, and there you go. There's the big beast of the 15.5 inch by 13 inch coil. It's going to be a bit awkward at times, especially when you've got cold hands. Right. See if I can locate that. Oh, there you go. Right. Oh, we're through. I thought that was going to take a lot longer than that, actually. Right, let's have a look. So, right, here you go. Put it on that way. That's quite solid. Just make sure that's tight enough. Right, there we go. Let's wrap that coil. Let's put that coil out the way. Let's wrap the old coil up round. Make it as tidy as possible. Right. I hope you're still with me all, not falling asleep. Just make sure that's... Oh, fingers have gone numb. So cold here today. Right. And there you have it. That's the big coil attached. Right. Let's make sure that's doubly tightened at the end there. And we're going to obviously have to switch it on and do a ground balance. Right, all we've got to do now is, it's all, like I say, it's in default setting, two-tone again. We're just going to... There you go. Ground balance, fantastic. Right, here's the, over here we've got the first target. We're going to go down through like we did with the standard coil and see how it reacts. Never tried the actual coil before, so this is going to be interesting. So this is the basically the 9-inch hole. That's a nice tone. Right, moving on to the 10-inch hole. That's the 10-inch hole, still a nice signal. 12-inch hole. Reasonable tone, not too bad. Don't forget, it's just a penny. And these, I suppose these, you know, I guess these large coils are designed for larger relics, deeper targets like hoards, etc., larger items. And this is, what one is this? This is, I forgot what that one was.
14.
That was the, this is the 14. Yes, yeah. This is the 14. There you go. We're getting a signal at 14. Let's take that away so we can go closer to the ground. If you want to come round, Rich, just show so we can hear the speaker. So that's not a bad, that's definitely a diggable tone. And now we're going to come on to the, I'm debatable if it's going to work on this 16-inch hole, to be honest, but we'll see what we come up with on the 16-inch hole. We're getting a tone. It's certainly, I don't think it'll be a diggable target on such a deep hole at 16 inches and just being a penny. Obviously, to get something deeper, it's going to have to be a hoard or a larger relic of some type. Now, this is going to be the interesting one. This is the actual 21-inch hole we dug with the pot, our little pot of coins. And here we go on to that. Now, can we pick this up? Let's get rid of the old target there. The actual, there you go. Look at that. Fantastic. That's a 21-inch hole, but obviously we've got our a little hoard, what we've mimicked. Fantastic, a real solid beat. I can bring the coil a little bit off the ground as well. I don't know if you can see that, Rich. Is it showing?
Yeah, you're well above the ground.
I'm well above the ground. So absolutely is perfect for those deeper relics and hoards, etc.